Apex Legends Pro Player Backlash is returning. Obviously, with the recent World Cup, we saw the production quality take it to a new level, and many pros, especially within the top ALGS scene, want better for the main tournaments of the game as well. Many things that people are throwing ideas out for. Will we ever get that? Especially with the recent Battle Pass drama, we were promised transparency and a good communication line to move forward in a better direction. Also, Apex Pro Player Zer0 with Team Falcons, probably the greatest team in the game right now, comes out to basically talk about the infamous Kraber fail and what went wrong at the World Cup, why they didn't get first place, although they should have. And some of the comments were definitely interesting, to say the least. Also, some scrim results in all of this. So let's dive into it. Firstly, wanted to make mention, Sweet kind of starting us off yesterday with a big rant that a lot of people chimed in on as well. Apex Legends Esports is quickly becoming the literal backbone of the game. It is long overdue that EA/Respawn double down on it and add competitive tab to the main menu and add pick'ems and content for fans to engage with. Huge missed opportunity. Let's go. And I get what he's saying. Totally agree, right? We should be able to get into the game and see a big comp tab or rank tab with leaderboards or whatever. All this stuff should be, I do think the UI should support it a lot more. Even when you get on Call of Duty or Rocket League, right? You see in game in the bottom right, here's the tournaments that are live right now. Here's the link to the live stream right now. Why are they not doing this with Apex? I do not know. And I do think they are missing a huge opportunity, like he says. Now, on the flip side, you know, there has been plenty of people to try to do their own pick'ems, and we've done one on our website. I think some others have as well, and it seems like people do engage with them. They do love them, and I'm just going to be honest, at the end of the day, while I 100% would always try to promote my own stuff, I know Apex still at the end of the day needs to do their own. Like, we definitely need to have Apex cultivate this more. You're not going to get an absolute S-tier streamlined service from a third party. You're going to get probably something good, but long story short, they need to do their own stuff. And I really wish that that would be the direction that we do go. And I think that the pro players deserve it. It is the absolute backbone of the game. I do agree. And there are some people that don't agree. But Nightswig, first off, he starts it off by saying it would be massive for the scene. Nag's saying the same thing, that, you know, that Valorant was doing would be huge for the game. Even with like Chronos saying that if he could find a dev to do it on the back end, we could have some external site doing it. And that's great. Like I said, we've done one before and people loved it. But at the end of the day, Apex needs to do it. It can't be relied upon the fans out there to do things like this. We need to see the developers actually taking control and doing this stuff themselves. And I'm hoping that's the direction we eventually will go. Time will tell, obviously, and I'm hoping we get communication on that. Also, there was some backlash to Sweet's statement of it being, you know, the esports scene being the backbone of the game. Zeus says that the backbone of the game is regular, normal players that don't care about competitive, because most don't care about competitive. The dev team used to prioritize that experience with like one-shot Kraber, crazy meta changes with wild buffs, but now basically it's kind of, you know, tapered down a lot because of the pros, right? You know, they don't want the one-shot Kraber because it's not competitively balanced, and so therefore everyone has to suffer. Same thing with the self-res, right, that we saw with the gold knockdown shield all that time ago. So all this stuff he's basically saying is because of the pros are maybe more so of a pestilence. He says now it's just a nerf rest with half the devs chasing clout on Twitter and sucking off pros. Obviously, a lot of people did not agree with that statement. JMeyels are laughing at it. Many others saying it's not too late to delete this. Can't tell if you're fishing for likes or not. So interesting conversation, to say the least. Hopefully this is not a conversation we have for too much longer. I just want the state of the game, the health of the game, to just be top tier. And I don't feel like we're, you know, hitting into that potential right now. Also, as we are leaving the World Cup conversations, we're talking more about the split 2 playoffs. You have a lot of results coming in, but also some conversations coming out from the World Cup. So just a little bit of a recap of scrim results. Yesterday, you actually 2 days ago, we saw that Not Moist Esports in first place, Falcons in second, Pioneers in third. You saw Not Moist in first again, Furia in second, Falcons in third. Moist has been doing very, very solid. And then yesterday we go with GG in first, Gaming Gladiator, Space Station in second, Bleed in third. Then you've got Falcons in first, Liquid in second, Go Next in third. So SSG has been playing pretty solid and consistent as of late as well. Just thought I'd make mention of those. But Zer0, obviously Falcons, you know, one of the top teams, still probably the best team overall. Still understanding kind of like, why did they not win? Why did they have the most points? Why couldn't they clutch and close it out? This is something that, you know, maybe Dark Zer0 wouldn't have struggled with. Maybe TSM wouldn't have struggled with? Why is his super team struggling with clutching out the game and finishing it all when it should have been done a long time ago? Probably around like game 6, 7, whatever. Should have never went all the way to game 13 or whatever the case was. So this is what Zer0 had to say, and actually talked about these Kraber shots and talked about what happened. And many in the comments, I mean, just read some of these comments saying that Zer0 is just not taking accountability, fell for the rage bait and all this stuff. He says he doesn't care, but he really does care. It's interesting stuff. Obviously, Zer0 is not, no one's losing respect for Zer0. This guy is just so good at the game. He's such a good leader. He's on a great team. I still think they're the best team, but I do think the clips are obviously, they're interesting to talk about. So roll the clip. Here's what Zer0 had to say.
No, genuinely though, if I had the chance back, I would do the exact same thing again, even if I knew the outcome, because it is the fundamentally correct play. And if you don't understand that, you're a fucking run player. Even if I knew I was going to miss 3 out of 3, I'd still do the same thing, because why would I fucking pull out a 15 bullet havoc and a knockdown when my teammates just insta-died? The Epi Hill fight? Yeah, the only games we had a chance of winning were the Northside game and the Frag game. And certain individual did fuck all in both of them, but you know, land's my fault still. All good.
Then we can't.
You know, the old top frag, entry frag, IGL land, it's still my fault. All good. Nice Kraber shots, bud. I wonder how many comments we're going to have today. Probably like thousands, but I think they just think I'm going to fucking break down and start crying. I made 100K today. Fuck.
Also in the world of ALGS news, a little bit of a rule update, I guess you should say. Pros have not been allowed to overclock their controllers officially because there wasn't an official software to do so. There was a software that did it, but because it wasn't like greenlit, I guess, by the ALGS, they didn't want you using anything like that. Well, now Battle Beaver came out to say that they've been partnering up with someone. They are going to go that route. Battle Beaver is now supporting controller overclocking, which will allow pros to do it now that there is first-party support instead of third-party support. And Verholz was already talking about this stuff on stream. This is interesting because almost every game I know, every pro player overclocks their controllers, especially on Call of Duty and such. So now that's going to be drifting into the Apex scene more officially, I guess, with this software update. Also, as we get into these ALGS playoffs, what are the pick rates for the Legends? What's the current meta? It seems very obvious that we are going into a Bangalore Crypto Watson scenario. Bangalore currently sitting at 98. I'll just zoom it out so you can see the actual pick rates themselves. 98.96% for Bangalore. Then Crypto has been jumping up a lot lately, especially since the last update. No one's surprised by this. It's almost a must pick. 80.7% here for Crypto in the recent ALGS scrims, and Watson is a whopping 71.4. It's very, like, this is actually a little bit different than the last, right? Because last season you were seeing like a 98, a 99 with Bang Blood, and then the third was like 30%, 25. There's a lot of 30, 20s and such. People were definitely a lot more diverse. Now, on the other hand, it's a very clear top 3, very clear top 3, and then the bottoms here are very, you know, they're all single digits or very low double digits, like Newcastle, Path, in a Catalyst, Fuse, all at 16 and below, right? 8, 15, 9. So it's very clear the direction that many people are going with this. I like the fact that Crypto is in meta again. I think that it's been a while. I think that he's always been like a niche pick, and now it's kind of more of like a all-around pick. People are going to have to change the way they play a lot, because Crypto is not just a pickup legend to start using him. I mean, this guy, in my opinion, is one of the highest skilled ceiling legends out there, and he requires a lot of talent, a lot of knowledge, and a lot of quick thinking. So I'm excited for Crypto to be used. I'm interested to see how it all plays out in, you know, like an actual competitive scene at LAN or something along those lines. Also, just thought I'd mention the Twitch Rivals event happened yesterday for Lulu Lovely, and it was Team Ava's, it was Ava Lee's team that was able to take the dub. That was Reptar, Ava, and Flat. So a lot of competition going on. Obviously, we had the World Cup. Everything's starting to dial down. We're all focused on ALGS. Split 2 playoffs coming in just a matter of weeks towards the end of August. Interested to see which teams you guys have favored. We already talked about the groups in the last video, so make sure to check it out if you're interested to see who's playing who in what groups. And I obviously have to predict Falcons are going to have some success, especially after choking the World Cup. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. And until the next time, we'll see you all later, Gators.